The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until he either figured it out or the game.
The L weaving its way through these quiet winter streets as all the action is inside the raucous Chicago Stadium.
To the All-Star Exhibition Game. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference.
Welcome everyone to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. On my side, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this is the second time Chicago has hosted this mid-season classic.
Yeah, you go back to 1973, that's when they hosted their first one. The East won it 104 to 84 back then. That was the lowest combined score in an All-Star game, Kevin, since the 1950s.
We'll see if then tonight, Clark, they can surpass that total.
I would think they could. No shortage of scores on either side. I expect an up-tempo, fast-paced game, an exciting game with plenty of highlights and buckets.
Cannot wait. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside, and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Johnson, the pass to English. Back to Johnson. Puts it up from 12. That one misses. And the East now will go the other way with it. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
And that's a great comparison. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
Yep, the Tennessee Volunteers should be here. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed they do. Here's Jordan. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go. A nice shot by Bird. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I know I'm going back to the 60s something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right.
It's Bill Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
And Magic Johnson, the bucket on the assist by Malone. Clark, wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous All-Stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
What a blast. Fat Lever is a remarkable rebounder for a player his size. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Johnson finds Malone. Another spoon-fed basket from Magic. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
And plenty of subplots to this game. For more, let's send it over to David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
thanks very much. Now, this story has never gone away over the years, guys. Isaiah Thomas is, of course, a native Chicagoan, but you'll still hear some boos today from Bulls fans. That's because at that All-Star game a couple of years ago, people questioned whether Isaiah froze out Michael Jordan. And some people still believe it. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, that story has not gone away. Thank you, David. For what it's worth, Clark, Isaiah Thomas denies there was a freeze-out, and Jordan himself says, I never said it, so what do you think?
But the reality is, we probably never will know the full story.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Doherty's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for Bird, and it's Rivers in for Isaiah Thomas. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Elijah. Worthy comes in for Karl Malone. McDaniels checked in for English. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Lever. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you gotta love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. And James Worthy here in Clark, his third All-Star game.
Yeah, I was part of the '82 draft when Worthy was the #1 pick out of North Carolina. He can hurt you on the block as well as in transition.
So refresh our memories. He was #1. Where were you taking?
I was #8, Kevin.
That's right.
#8.
That's right. I knew that. I just wanted you to boast a little. Danny Ainge is checked in for the East. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most All-Star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an All-Star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Doherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Johnson, the pass to McDaniel. A wide open look for Drexler. No good with the triple. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. It's a 13-point game. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. And so it's Michael Jordan making things. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star Game.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Johnson is out there with Lever. Then it's Elijah Wan. Then there's Aguirre. And it's Malone in at the 4 slot. Johnson against Jordan, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Doherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them. Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser, and I understand it's quite an event.
Johnson, stolen by Ewing. Jordan kicks to McHale. Shoots over Malone. And McHale the basket on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 8th assist in the game. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Lever, the pass to Aguirre. There's Olajuwon. Malone right side, over Bird. And it's Malone missing.
You know, the fact is, he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And that sends Michael Jordan to the free throw line. It's going to be on Fat Lever. Here's what the East is going with right now. Malone's checked in for Ewing. Wilkins comes in for McHale. And Thomas subbed in for Doc Rivers.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Jordan way outside. Shot's good from Bird. Bird's got 6.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
Unloads from 13. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Clark, amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And it's Johnson again missing. Jordan with it. He's picked up by Lever. The shot's good from Jordan.
Timeout.
Jordan's got 28 points for the game. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Brad Doherty, he's checked in for Bird. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for Malone. English, he's checked in for Aguirre. And it's Drexler in for Magic Johnson. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
A 3 from Drexler. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Malone's got his 5th rebound in this one. Drexler with the steal. There's the lob to the hoop, and finished off by Worthy.
Love the communication on this play. Worthy knows the ball is coming and gets there for the alley-oop right on time.
The shot's good from Jordan.
Found the crease, took advantage, and got it in close.
And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West. And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th.
Ano? Oh, ha? 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 Pinatay mo pa nga, sabi mo wag na. Oh. Balik pa natin, siya niya, wag na. Okay. Tapos pinatay mo. Ang alin? Hindi naman ako nagpadala. Sabi mo wag na. Baliw ka pala eh. Bakit na naman siya? Magkano ba? Wow, hindi tinamad ka na umalis. May pera kami. Hindi ka pala eh. Wow. Wow.
Game, no one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir.
Lever, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the East All-Stars with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. And it's the West All-Stars ball.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
They've got Thomas. Dominique Wilkins out there with Bird. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Jordan in at the 2. That's the group for Mike Fratello getting going here in the second half. And the shot goes down. Jordan's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the East All-Stars. So it's the West now. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
On offense, here are the West All-Stars. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
That one falls. Thomas got his first 2 points.
Boy, inside, the defense goes all out trying to stop Thomas, but he stays focused and manages to get around him for the bucket.
Lever finds Malone. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Malone's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Thomas trying to break loose. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got 38 points.
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. Here's Olajuwon. And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Ewing's checked in for Wilkins. Michael Jordan now with 42 points, Clark. He has tied the record for scoring in an all-star game.
A piece of history. Boy, is he special.
Back to Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
Johnson with incredible athleticism and uses it to bully the defense there.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. Looking to keep it rolling.
Stay on the attack and keep playing the right way.
16 feet away. No good from Ewing.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back. And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well. Best by a mile for NBA guards.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Ainge is checked in. The West All-Stars also with a sub. Donaldson's checked in.
You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the Board of Governors at the next meeting.
Ainge, the pass to Malone. Now the dish to Jordan. Inside. Here's Ewing. The size and aggression of Patrick Ewing inside.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
Here's Johnson. Here's Donaldson. Goes up again. Johnson finds Lever. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different than defending clearly a right-handed shooter.
Throws you off just a little bit, Kevin.
Worthy's checked in for the West. Drexler comes in for Lever. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
Outside Worthy. Olajuwon against Rivers. Olajuwon with incredible footwork for a big man.
Boy, you got to admire the muscle of Olajuwon, easily pushing through the defense and converting in his unique style.
Kept alive, the kick out to Ainge. Here's Malone. Olajuwon with the rebound.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time. Great job. Finished.
And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin. And it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
Here's Olajuwon. It's not going to go for him. Malone with some nice D. Here's Jordan. Up and in on the layup. Jordan's got 46 points.
Good for about 1 per game. Ainge finds his open man easily there.
The baseline J off the mark. And so it's the East All-Star in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding.
The West All-Stars.
Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. Down the stretch here, the East, Clark out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. The 15-footer, good. Ainge has got his first bucket of the night.
And Danny Ainge making his All-Star debut in year 7. Having the best season of his career. He went from a singles hitter in pro baseball to a long-distance laser in the NBA.
McDaniels checked in for James Worthy. And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. We've got Drexler. McDaniel is out there with Aguirre. Then it's Johnson, and it's Donaldson in at the 5 down low. Here's Aguirre, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
That was just a force right there, and it's going to cost him.
Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Johnson. Cheeks kicks to Ainge. Now the pass to Doherty. And Doherty's game ahead of his ears.
And, you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an All-Star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports. You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And so here are the West All-Stars. Haynes the pass to Jordan. West All-Stars with the rebound. While you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are breaked up pretty good.
Clark, how about the unselfishness of this team?
Love the willingness to make that extra pass, and it has the defense in a scramble mode.
And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
Outside, Drexler. Passes it to Donaldson. Here's McDaniel. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Drexler. Hits the jumper in space. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athlete.
And the Mavericks' Mark Aguirre actually got married last night.
Lever's checked in for the West.
West All-Star substitution. Fat Lever.
He kicks it to Abdul-Jabbar. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. McDaniel and Kareem, the elder statesman. 19 years in the NBA. Decades of dominance.
Boy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's length really makes him a threat on the offensive glass. And Ames this season has hit a three-pointer in 23 consecutive games. That's an NBA record, and that is his game, making threes.
At the top of the key, Lever. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
McDaniel, no good. And so Jordan will bring it up for the East. And when the jump shot has fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. McDaniel, the pass to Donaldson. Some nice passing here by the West. Kicks it to Lever from outside the arc. And Kareem throws it down.
And Kareem at 40, still handling his business, getting it done. 15 points a game on 54% shooting from the field. For a 40-year-old, that is excellent production from the center position.
On Kareem running low on time to set that scoring record, Clark.
Kevin, there's still enough time left in my mind for him to do it. I would love to see it happen. No guarantees that he gets back to this game next year.
And the 6'8" forward from the Seattle Supersonics, Xavier McDaniel.
Now in year 3, he's got to be excited, making his very first All-Star appearance.
Strong player from Wichita State.
Great job by McHale creating contact by being physical himself.
The East making a switch. Ewing's checked in. James Worthy's checked in for the West. Aguirre comes in for Drexler. Knocked loose. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars.
All-Stars ball.
58 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Aguirre. Here's Donaldson. Ainge covering. He locks up the alley-oop pass, and Worthy throws it down.
Well, they haven't given up. They've certainly not quit. Got to give them a lot of credit for that.
Pass to Jordan. The basket good off the assist from Cheeks. Jordan's got 56 points in the game. And Donaldson gets it to go. And in his 8th season in the NBA, James Donaldson making Clark his first All-Star appearance.
And you know, Kevin, before his NBA career, he actually played his first professional season in Italy. So he's taking the path less traveled for sure.
He said, "Arrivederci" to Italy to come to the NBA.
Yes, he did.
And the technical free throw is good. Worthy outside. Here's Lever, and Ewing sends it back.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender. Not coasting to victory, they're running through the tape. Run through that finish line.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored. But you still got to go out and prove it. And they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. Mike.